Well, hello everyone and happy Friday. It is digital host A.J. Wuest welcoming you back to Friday's shorter version of Before the Four, where I today will talk about the weather with 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Mr. Brad Travis. I'll take you through some of 48's top stories today, and finally, we'll close it out with some high school football here across the Tennessee Valley. But wherever you're watching, whether it is on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream, thank you for watching and spending just a little of your Friday afternoon with me here. And of course, starting things off, it was another 48 First Alert weather day here in the Tennessee Valley. But let's send it over to 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis with the details. Brad?
All right, AJ, it's been the day we've been talking about for a while, Thursday and Friday, of course. But what's happened is this very narrow band of showers and storms slowly keeps tracking to the east. This is always expected with these tropical systems coming through, but it's just been quite a rain delay for some. And on the eastern part of this, over towards Scottsboro, High Top, Fort Payne, you may not see any rain until after 9 o'clock, but eventually this is all going to spread out as it moves from west to east. Again, the time here just before 3:30 or so this Friday afternoon, this is going to be moving into Decatur, Priceville, and Hartselle, and eventually cause problems on I-65 from north to south. Quick look at rain time arrival. I put this together just due to the slow movement. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. they're on I-65 and 565 on the western side. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. most of the Huntsville metro area down into Albertville. 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. far northeast Alabama. As you'll see here in a second, all this rain's not quite going to make it into the northeast corner of the state, at least this evening, at least early on. His slow movement continues with these showers and storms by 6 o'clock, 6:15 or so, lined up from Pulaski down to Coleman, and then slowly moving east, moving towards, say, Madison by 6:30 this evening, and continuing to move east very slowly as we go through the night. As we get past sunset, this line will start to weaken some. And then again, I think it spreads out as we go through the overnight hours, and we just see widespread rain overnight tonight, and we will likely wake up with some widespread showers as we go through the day on Saturday. Notice as we get past 10:30 tonight, we start to see new development down to the south into Coleman County. Again, I just want to stress it is a dangerous night as far as the potential for flash flooding. If you're underneath these heavy downpours, just remember, turn around and don't drown. We finally start to dry out, as you see on the 10-day forecast, early next week. Back to you, AJ. Have a good weekend.
Well, thank you, Brad. You have a nice weekend as well. And now some of the day's top stories before we head over to talking about week 3 of high school football. And like Brad said, make sure you are being safe out there. Turn around and don't drown, just like he said. But now let's head into some of our stories. A man has been charged with capital murder following a deadly shooting last night in Harvest. Now, according to the Madison County Sheriff's Office, the incident happened on Silver Poplar Place around 6 p.m., and it was reported domestic in nature. The suspect, 27-year-old Carandis Jackson, is being held in the Madison County Jail without bond. Now, according to court documents, the victim was Courtney Jackson, who died from his injuries at Huntsville Hospital. And now in Hartselle, where a man was arrested after allegedly placing a tracking device on a victim's car yesterday. According to the Hartselle Police Department, officers responded following a harassing call when a victim said she also believed the suspect was following her. After investigating the victim's vehicle, Hartselle police found a magnetic GPS tracking device attached to the undercarriage. Investigators later determined the device had been used to surveil, stalk, and harass the victim. The suspect was identified as 50-year-old Brandon Roy Bray of Hartselle. That is who you see on screen right now. He was charged with electronic stalking in the first degree. And now in Madison County, where emergency management officials now have a new place to monitor severe weather events such as today. The new office is inside the new Huntsville City Hall. 48's Matthew King recently spoke with EMA Director Jeff Birdwell, who showed 48 different areas in their new office, such as bunk rooms, which makes it easier for them to stay inside in events like the ice storm earlier this year. Birdwell later explained why they have such an intricate level of coordination in the case of severe weather.
The police department may have some information that the fire department's interested in. One of the big things when you have severe weather is you get trees go down, and most of the time when trees go down, so do power lines go down. So you got that collaborative working effort between public works and utilities happening all at the same time.
Good evening, Roberta. I see that she just commented on Facebook. Good evening. Now let's head into the 48 Blitz game of the week. Now in week 3, can you believe it? The Huntsville High Panthers versus the James Clemens Jets. Both squads undefeated heading into this game. James Clemens surviving a close one last week in the Madison Bowl, defeating Bob Jones 34-31. And Huntsville defeating Grissom last week, 30-20. Huntsville quarterback Will Carter, the 48 Blitz player of this past week, along with Jordan Miles of Grissom, should be a very good one to watch. And a lot of good football expected tonight here across the Tennessee Valley. A reminder, the Decatur and Muscle Shoals game tonight has been moved up to 6 o'clock. And of course, the Florence-Austin game has been postponed until September 27th. But make sure to stay up to date with our scoreboard tonight to check the score for your local team. You can find that scoreboard on our website, WAFF.com. Go to the sports section and finally scoreboard, and make sure it is set for week 3. And also stay tuned for our 10 o'clock newscast tonight for highlights and a recap of the games tonight from 48's Carl Prather and Cam Durr. After that, 48 Blitz OT starting at 10:30 here on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream, and hear from Carl as well as yours truly on week 3 high school football here in the Tennessee Valley. You're just not going to want to miss it, but that is about it for today's Before the Four. I want to thank you for sticking around, spending a little of your Friday afternoon with me. And with that said, that is just about all the time I have. But of course, I want to thank you for watching. You all have a great night and weekend.